Good afternoon to my students. How are you today? It's afternoon with me. I don't know what is the time with you. Today we are going to talk about new subject, which is energy. Guys, maybe you've studied this one in the grade 5 or grade 4 about energy, but still we have to explain one more time to remind you, or maybe if you didn't study before, we're gonna study today. So what is energy, guys? Sometimes maybe when somebody's asking you to do something, you're gonna say, well, I don't have energy. Well, I can't do that because I don't have energy. What is energy actually? Most of energy is in our body. We are taking it by, let's say that by eating the foods, right? By drinking from the water. So we are getting the energies from the food, right? So what is energy? Is the ability to cause change in matter or to move it. This is the definition of energy. If I am doing a work, it means that it really means that the energy. So it means I am doing a work. For example, I have this tomato in my hand. It means that I've got energy to do a work, right? I have ability to do the work. Energy is I have ability to do work. When I am, let's say, when I'm rising up the tomato, it means that I did a work, right? So this is the energy, is the ability to cause change in matter or to move it. So it will change, it will cause the matter to change. As I said, maybe you are here, somebody is asking you to do something. When you have energy, you are moving to another place to do the work, right? It means that it is the energy that will change you or move you from a place to a place. This is energy. It means you're gonna do a work. It means you have ability to do something. How many types of energy do we have? We have 2 types of energy. The first one is kinetic energy. The second one is potential energy. Here are the definition of each one of them. What is kinetic energy? The energy of motion or energy in use. This is the definition. What about potential energy? Is the energy an object has because of where it is or because of its conditions. Okay. Let's understand the meaning of each one of them. Kinetic energy. What is the meaning of kinetic energy? So kinetic energy, we can say that we can find in something. When you have a fan at home, like when you see that the fan is moving, like always is moving, let's say that they are just making like a circle moving, or like something which is continuous moving, we can say this is kinetic energy, right? So when you see something which is moving, I say that when I'm throwing this tomato, when you see it's moving, it means that it has a kinetic energy. So moving things, as you can see that they are moving, we can say that I'm putting down this one like this. It means that this one has a kinetic energy. From here, when they are moving, this is kinetic energy. So what is kinetic energy? We say anything that they are moving, we can call them as kinetic energy. When you have a ball, yeah, when you are throwing the ball from a place, which is, let's say that they are in a high place, when you are moving the ball to move down, when you see that the ball is moving and moving until from a top at the mountain, when they are moving to the floor, it means that it has a kinetic. Why? Because they are moving. During from here until here, because the ball is moving, it means that it has a kinetic energy. So when you see anything which is like moving, we can call them as a kinetic energy, the energy of motion or energy in use. As I said, when you have a tomato, you are making the tomato to move, like from here to from the up to the down. This is what do we call as kinetic energy, because they are moving. What about potential energy? Is the energy an object has because of where it is or because of its condition. Okay. So guys, about potential energy, potential, it means something which is inside, which means something which has like a secret, but it doesn't show. When you see the trees of apple, yeah, the tree of apple, okay, you see that the apple is with the tree, but it will not fall down. But if any in this let's say in the apple, when they are not moving, like we can say that the apple is not moving, when it will be moved or when it will release, we can say when it falls down, it has a lot of energy inside. It means it's gonna do a lot of work. But in here, because it doesn't move, it's just stop. But if we make the apple to fall down, this is what do we call as potential energy. Before falling down, we can call it as potential energy. So we know that when the apple will fall down, it means that it will do a work, right? Because it will have energy. So in that moment, when the apple is here, before starting anything, this is potential energy. But when they are falling down from a place to the floor, it's gonna be kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. So here, when it's on the trees, when the apple is on the tree, we can call it as potential energy. When they are starting to fall down, we can call it as kinetic energy. So another example is the same of the ball. As I said, that if you will see the mountain, just at the top of the mountain we have a ball. Now before falling down, the ball, before falling down to the floor, from here we know that the ball has a lot of energy, because anytime if I push the ball will move down, right? It means that the ball, it has some energy inside of it. Okay, so now in here, in this point, the ball has potential energy. Potential energy, because it's before falling down. Now I am pushing the ball. When I'm pushing the ball will start to move until it will move to the floor. So from here until here, we can call it as kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. Okay, now what is potential energy? When you see any of the substance before doing a work, before starting anything, this is potential energy. But when they are moving to start, let's say they are moving to start moving like from one place to another place, this is kinetic energy. One more time, when you see any of the things that they are moving, we can call it as a kinetic energy. When you see anything that is stopped before moving, this is what you call as potential energy. Okay, yeah, so these are the examples of kinetic energy and potential energy. Kinetic energy is the energy of the motion. So when you see the things that they are moving, this is kinetic energy. Potential energy, when you see the substance is stopped before falling down or before moving from a place to another place, we can call it as a potential energy. Okay, I will be back to you with the types of energy after 2 minutes.